So, yesterday in the US was Father's Day, and Epps and I and my ex husband went to my dad's, and I got a little bit of vlogging done, but not a lot. And then today, I was more like focused on just like what we were doing there. And then today, we took Mr. D to Akron Children's Hospital, and I did get a little bit of vlogging done there. We went all that way. Every single one of us had only slept about 3 hours, maybe four. I think Mr. D slept maybe four. Um, the plan was to come home, compile all of that, and post or finish my vlog just like throughout the day and post it. But I had to get a nap first. And I woke up from my nap to a screenshot of a Facebook post saying that my oldest friend is missing. And at this point, they are looking for a body. He was having a lot of personal issues in his life that he didn't feel that he could get past, which is false. You anything in this world that you are facing, you can get through it even when you don't want to. You can survive anything even when you don't want to survive it. Trust me, as somebody that has two of my children sitting right there beside me in an urn, there is nothing on this planet in this lifetime that you can't get through. He had a lot of personal issues going on in his life, and he has struggled for as long as I have known him with those thoughts, and had recently very unapologetically relapsed with alcoholism. This is not something that he was hiding. He was very loud about it, and that's probably the scariest part about this, because I don't think that he would do something like this sober, but I do know that a lot of people that I know that have gone through with things like that successfully were not in their right mind when it happened. He very openly and unapologetically didn't want to be here anymore. And anyone that thinks that just because somebody talks about it openly, loudly, that means that they won't do it, that is such bullshit. It's such a stupid belief, and I wish that we could change it, because it's false. It's not true. My dad's dad, my grandfather, threatened for decades before he went through with it. He was 18, or I was 18 years old, and he was like in his 70s, late 60s, 70s, when he did it. After decades, and I do mean decades of threatening. And when it happened, nobody was surprised. I didn't know this at the time, but my dad, none of his siblings, my grandmother, even though that was her ex-husband, his wife, nobody was surprised. And this was after decades of him loudly and unapologetically declaring that he didn't want to be here. And yeah, alcohol was involved with that, and alcohol's involved with this, and that's the part that scares me the most. He was planning on doing something after he found homes for all of his animals, but they found his home with the door open, and several of the animals that he had not found homes for just roaming the streets. I assume he left the door open so that they could get out or they could be found. they were just out roaming the streets unattended. He sold all of his things, including his tattoo equipment, which that was his job. And he had always told me that he wanted to take off and go on the Appalachian Trail where he would never be found. If he ever lost his kids, that would be where he would go. And he lost his kids. So, they are trying to get camera footage from stores and stuff around town that his pets were seen wandering by. They're combing the wooded areas by his house. It is storming really, really badly. But I know someone knows something, someone saw something, someone picked him up. Because I'm telling you right now, if you saw that man walking down a sidewalk, you would know it. He is, every exposed area of his body is tattooed. He is hard to miss. He is very, very hard to miss. He has a giant septum ring. He has gauged ears. He is hard to miss in a town like this. Someone picked him up and took him somewhere, or he walked. And someone saw something. Someone saw the direction that he went into. But he always told me that if he lost his kids, I'm going to the Appalachian Trail. And I am terrified that he is going to be another person in this area that is missing and is never found. I don't really have a lot of faith right now that he's okay, because it's like it's been said several times. And I joined a Facebook group where people are, posting about it. This feels different for sure. I don't know. This feels different than the other times that he took off and was missing. The other times he had his ducks in a row 100%. Other than selling his tattoo equipment, he didn't do anything. The last time that he thought about taking off, he was going to sell his house and rehome all of his animals and sell all his personal property, and he just left. He just left. He left everything. He just left. He left everything. He left his animals. He left everything. And I don't really know. He's got to be somewhere. He's got to be with someone. Someone knows something. Someone saw something. I know it. Because it's impossible. I don't care if he was moving at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. There are always eyes open and cameras on everywhere. I know it. I'm very angry. I'm very, very angry. I don't want anybody to say, I'm so sorry, condolences, none of that, because this isn't about me. I'm very, very angry right now. If you take nothing else from this, I want it to be that you not being here doesn't solve your issues. It just passes them on to somebody else. And while you may think that nobody cares or that you not being here won't matter, it will. It will. Um, it will. It does matter, and it will matter, and it will make it when somebody takes their life, it causes a rippling effect, and it passes on your pain, and there's nothing that you can't get through, be it a death, be it a financial crisis. There's nothing in this lifetime or on this planet that you can't face and get through. I can promise you, you are going to go through things that you don't want to survive. You think there's no way in hell I'm going to get through this, and you will. You will. But don't pass on your pain. And you may think that nobody's going to care and that it doesn't matter. You're wrong. I fucking promise you you're wrong. I promise you that you're wrong. And for anybody else, don't ever sit back and not take people seriously. If you think if somebody's was actually going to do it, they wouldn't be so casual about it, you're wrong. You're wrong. People get to the point where they no longer care. I am so sick of the whole attention thing. I'm so sick of if they were going to do it, they wouldn't give somebody the opportunity to stop them. They're just looking for attention. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. The amount of people I have lost in my life that were so loud before they went. I don't care if they were looking for attention. We should have given it to them. As somebody that has struggled with those types of thoughts, you can get to the point that you just don't care who knows it. Where you're so casual about it because you just don't care who knows. You're so sure of yourself that eventually it's going to happen that you just don't care. And that's where my grandpa was, and I'm terrified that that's where he is. I'm terrified of it. I'm so fucking angry right now. I don't know what to do, where to look. I don't know. I don't know. But I might see you guys tomorrow. It feels wrong to not be doing something. It feels wrong to just be sitting here. I'll see you guys